Much gratitude to be here with you today. And I wanted to talk about something that is spiritually significant as we elevate through our growth and getting closer to the Creator. I wanted to ask you, do you have a hungry heart? Because if you have a hungry heart, that means that your heart, mind, and spirit coherence is in line with that is your purpose. If your heart and your spirit is in line with purpose, that means that you have a hungry heart, for that is what is desired for your destiny. Now, the heart is not just a pump or a valve for circulation, but it can be a tool to increase your consciousness. And the hunger within your heart, it reflects the hunger and the urge that you yearn to be closer to the Creator. Because when we're dealing with heart intelligence and connecting through coherence with mindfulness, gratitude, and correlation with people and connecting with people due to the fact that there is no true separation. The separation is an illusion of being on this 3D world of existence or realm of existence, because when we transcend above this, or when we get closer to what we call spirit, we find that everything is a universal one, which would bring us closer to the spirit, which would magnify our electromagnetic field, making those expressions of nature, such as animals, more sensitive because they have senses that are stronger than ours when it comes to the five senses: smell, sight, feeling, hearing, that are heightened, so they can feel when your electromagnetic field is in a heightened space and is expanding, as well as your consciousness, which gives hint to the title Dancing with Lions. The lion being the predator representing the obstacles in life. The obstacles in life being, whether it be in trauma, getting over anger, whether it be misery, shame, these obstacles in life that affect us on an emotional level, physical level, environmental level, all these things that seem to be hardships in life become easier as we connect closer to the spirit. And these lions represent these obstacles, surrounded by something that can harm you, by a predator. You're being stalked, hunted. It feels as though you're in great danger. I might feel the violent aspect of nature. Nature does have polarity to it, because on the other side of nature we have nurturing, birth. We have the circle of life. So there is a polarity there. This all plays into me understanding that emotions are more significant than thought. It is what drives the thought into the effect. The feeling is the cause of the thought. Then we have the action. Now, the more we begin to understand how to control our emotional reactivity and make the connection to mind and heart and spirit, we begin to understand that the universal one makes us all in unison. But since we're here on this physical realm, it seems as though we're separate. But we are separate with barriers when it comes to some of us have melanin in our skin, with division between some of us have different cultures. Some of us are tall, some of us are short. So the physical barriers and divides between us make it seem like there is an illusion of separation. But once we become more closer to the spiritual realm, into the fifth dimension of the mind and new dimensions of consciousness, we start to see that the more we become and rise above and transcend this way of existence, because we can physically be here but spiritually be somewhere else. mentally be somewhere else. And I'm one to believe that the mind and the spirit are one. And when we start to do that, we start to see that truly nothing is more powerful than the human spirit. But one has to really meditate on this and be in a meditative state to really see what this signifies. The symbolism behind you making this connection to spirit is what your soul craves. Your soul craves to be closer to spirit, as we talked about in the soul versus the spirit, as the soul is more connected to the emotional experience of being a human in this form of existence. But the spirit is consistent in fullness, in wholeness, in blissfulness, and it does not change, or it is not affected by time, space, or matter, nor emotions. And this is what we yearn for, to transcend above this. Now, with keeping that in mind, I wanted to ask 3 questions. First question, do you feel a part of something greater than yourself? The second question is, do I feel a spiritual identity beyond my worldly identity? Third question, do I have a sense of being one with all beings in the universe? We would come in to believe that one that has a more greater connection with their spiritual side, or has detached more so from the worldly, materialistic, physical materialization side of their living experience, while coming into their spiritual awakening, that they will see that their spirit is more powerful than anything that can be against them, being that any obstacle, the obstacles representing the lions, could not affect them. I believe that the story of Daniel and the lion's den is this in such. It symbolizes that if we could come into a connection with our spirit, which is connected to the super consciousness, which is connected to the vision, the ultimate vision. We are the visionaries, but the ultimate visionary is what we connect to. We can transcend what we think we see on this physical plane. And these predators can sense that. These obstacles can know that we are not affected by our surroundings, rather than we are affecting our surroundings, able to manipulate what is going on in our reality. That power is taken back by us. Being the third question that I asked, the universal unison of all beings. Do you truly believe this? Because in a sense, when we're in a sense of danger, it means that, certain things happen. Our nervous system goes into a state of fight or flight. Our adrenaline gets to pumping. We have neural electro responses of hormones going through our body. However, if we could keep in mind that our spirit is stronger than anything that could be against it, do you not believe that an expression of nature as an animal couldn't sense that and be at peace with that? To know that they can attack spirit, but they can attack physical on a carnal level. But if you truly believe in your heart that all is one, once we transcend from this 3D existence, and I'm not saying that I don't know that we are here in the physical, but the physical is spiritual, which is why certain things can be controlled by the mind and spirit. Brain waves, theta brain waves, alpha brain waves, beta brain waves, clairvoyance, clairaudience, telepathic abilities, being able to sense things before they happen, premonition, ESP, extrasensory perception. These are all things that can be sensed, and these are all things that can be used against the obstacles in life that are trying to have a predatory effect on us. We can feel like we're being things that are not aligning with what we are trying to accomplish in life, messing up our goals, distracting us from what it is that we really want, that we really desire, from our purpose. These are all things that could be preying on us. However, if we go deep in prayer and meditation, we can transcend all of this, knowing that the spirit is stronger than anything that could be against it. But do we truly believe that we have, which goes to the next question, do you truly believe in a spiritual identity of self? Do you truly believe that the spirit is stronger than all that could be against you? All the obstacles. Now, it is known, if we want to get factual, that the Ethiopian army had trained lions fighting against the Italian brigades in military tactics. These soldiers had literal lions on leashes that helped them defeat the Italian colonization. This is a fact. Now, we know on a metaphysical level that spirit has something to do with that control. That the human spirit, everything is under that dominion of power, because we're supposed to be the most intellectual beings on this earth. However, that can be debated, because this plant and tree behind me actually creates food from the sun and could have an intelligence higher than some humans on this earth, in my opinion of how I perceive the way things go in a sense of the cycle of life, in the way that some humans are declining in a sense of being connected to nature and the creator. However, the first question goes back to, do we feel connected to something greater than ourselves? If you truly feel connected to something greater than yourself, we should rid ourselves of self-doubt. We should rid ourselves of self-limiting thoughts, living as the power is within. And this is all speaking in a metaphorical sense of what the actual obstacles are. But the representation today is the lion. But if we start looking at it from a place of how obstacles are just an illusion to be alchemized by us getting closer to spirit, spirit being the super consciousness of what is already inside of us, to where our existence becomes a more spiritual and metaphysical existence. We become more energy. We become closer to the all-powerful. That's where the separation disappears, because you're not longer here. You're no longer bound to the flesh, bound by the divisions of race, bound by the divisions of gender, bound by all these physical things that get in the way of the true answer, the true spiritual solution of you becoming closer to the eternal part of you. And once you do that, to simplify it, nothing can be against you. Nothing can truly harm you. And all is truly one once we get outside of this 3D dimensional barriers into the universal oneness of the spirit, transcending what it seems to be separation, but all is one once you start coming into a more spiritual awakening. These things and these obstacles can be danced around, can be celebrated, alchemized into turning you into something with unwavering strength. And what you view as being more powerful than you will once see that it has no power over you. You are empowered over everything that is opposed to you. It's all about how powerful you want to fuel your mind, how closer you want to get to the Creator, how you want to look at things in life. If I get criticized if I get criticized for something that I thought I was getting better at, my initial feeling would be, wow, I thought I was getting better at my emotional reactions. So I feel kind of bad about that because I was looking for praise. So the feeling was disappointment or upset or anger because I didn't get praise for something that I thought that I was working on. So the effect was the emotion of me feeling anger or disappointment or shame, and then the action. But look at the action. The result was me self-examining and saying, oh, I thought that I was looking for praise. Praise for what? The healing journey continues. It continues. You have to get better. You have to improve. There's always a new level of you. Going into meditation, we can find our spiritual gifts. We can find our true selves within going into the inner transformation. And the inner transformation transforms everything on the outer world. So those obstacles disappear. What once seemed to be obstacles are not obstacles anymore. What once seemed to be harmful dangers are not dangerous to us anymore. What happens is we find ourselves to be the most dangerous. We find ourselves to be the most supernatural. We find ourselves to be the sole creator of our environments, surroundings, and perspectives, behaviors, values, and principles. So we must ask ourselves these questions so we can dance with our lions. We can dance around these obstacles. We can alchemize these things that we have going on within our head and our heart. Cleanse them, not hold grudges. Get away from them and see that these things that we think are preying on us, we're actually preying on them. And the more that we pray and meditate on them, the more we get stronger to alchemize to become the being and stay loyal to that being that we must become. Because the being that we're becoming will transcend what we know as time. Because time is nothing but a perception of the mind. Now, we usually look at time with clocks, hours, minutes. However, time is your existence and how you're improving it and what you're getting connected to every step of the way. Your connectivity to the Creator is what should motivate you to be able to face your fears. That's how you're going to find your purpose, is exercising the gifts that the Creator gave you. In order to find those gifts, you have to spend time with yourself and not be scared to face the things that are causing blockages within you to keep you away from your gifts, because that's what's going to lead you to your soul purpose. And once you get led to your soul purpose, you'll get closer to the Creator, because the Creator is what's going to power you and fuel your spirit to move it, to give your spirit that burning desire to live within your purpose. The entrepreneurship journey is a spiritual journey because of the new things that you find out about yourself, that you have to find out about yourself. Because if you don't, you won't grow. When you stop growing, you grow old. And that is the true meaning of time. One who stops growing is the one who starts growing old. Self-evolution is the key to transcending what we call as time. Deep meditation is symbolic to Daniel in that lion's den and the dancing around with lions being the obstacles in life. Because those same dangers that is in representation of the lions can sense when you're more spirit than matter. And they will be at peace with you as you are in peace with self. The less fear, the less pheromones you're giving off that are giving them the sense of fear, that you're scared. We have to face our fears fearlessly. Because if we don't, our dangers will be able to sense that. And they will attack. And they will try to kill you. They will try to destroy you. They will try to eat your flesh. So we have to learn how to transcend the flesh, be more in touch with the spirit. Our electromagnetic field expands, our consciousness expands to where you can't eat spirit. You can't, a lion can't hunt a spirit. A lion can't stalk a spirit. Only thing it could do is be one with it.